restore the Constitution, restore the Republic. And listen to me well, folks, there's nothing these terrorists won't do to try to destroy the Republic. They've already gotten their health care plan. It's so unconstitutional, it's a joke. They've already got their drones, their secret arrest, and everything else getting lined up. They want to fight with the American people, and they plan on organizing the police against us. Well, let me just tell the police something. I've seen the polls that over 95% of you claim you're pro-Second Amendment. Well, that's good. Because if you're stupid enough to start a civil war with the American people, you know in your gut right now, the American people will smash you to hell. They will take you to hell, and you know it. Now, I'm going to tell the criminals like Bloomberg and the rest of them something. You're on notice, scum. You've picked on the spirit of 1776, and you may think, just because you've drugged and dumbed down and got half the public in a trance, that you're going to win this. But you don't have at least 70 to 80 million people in this country that know exactly who and what you are, criminal. And it is going to be your arrogant, chutzpah-filled evil, your bravado, that is going to bring down your New World Order. That goes for Obama and the globalists and the big mega banks that run this country. People aren't going to give you the guns, and you think that's going to start a civil war, and you're just going to sit it out. We are going to identify who did this. You understand? If you get what you want and trigger this civil war, you are going to be brought to justice, okay? Everybody understands who the enemy is. Everybody knows it's the offshore banks that have taken over. We knew it was coming, but it is a full-on, direct, total assault on the right to keep and bear arms, the heart of our republic, one of the few rights still left. They've turned our property under property taxes into rented from the government. They have decimated family rights. They are starting forced inoculations at government training centers all over the country. They are arming to the teeth and creating swarms of new bureaucracies and sending out just huge torrential cacophonies of government locusts to eat our sustenance down to the bone. It is incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, the news I have this morning is so over the top that it has shaken me to my very core, because it confirms everything yet again of what we're facing. An authoritarian, despot, tyranny-driven, organized evil of foreign megabanks that in thousands of publications now in the last 3 years publicly brag they have conquered us through fractional reserve banking and derivatives fraud. They crow from the rooftops that we are their chattel slaves. The military has been captured by NATO and the UN. Congress has been told to stand down, and they have followed orders. Our country is seized at the federal level. The states have been predominantly federalized. The last vestiges of the old republic are being dismantled by globalist wrecking balls as we speak. The republic is down in flames, exploding in front of us. The old republic is gone. We are captured. We are overrun. Warning worldwide. The global crime syndicate intends to use the military arsenal accrued by the republic during the banker takeover transition period as a exploit weapon against the planet. We will then, of course, take the blame, be militarily destroyed down the road. That is the plan from the highest levels. And all of our analysts agree on that. We are a suicide kamikaze empire, attacking everything good, attacking everything independent, everything sovereign. From the family to human DNA itself, we are under unmitigated, unprecedented, sustained, vicious, total core of evil attack. The general public medically is in a trance. Mainline journals, you can look that up. Every disease and neurological disorder is exploding. We are under soft kill. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Worldwide emergency transmission. The United States is no more. The Republic has been smashed and overrun and taken. They are now beginning the preparation for re-education mop-up phase of what's left of the states, counties, and cities that could be organized into a resistance. Mayday, 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 mayday. The Republic is in an emergency situation. People inside the NSA, ATF, FBI are leaking the criminal plans, the re-education camps, the gun confiscation plans. The military's response at the top is to say, yes, those are real documents, big deal. Or to try to arrest the whistleblowers. We need more whistleblowing. We need everybody to choose what side they're on and to start going public if you can, if not, getting the info out, or at least not executing these orders that you're being given. That is treason, it is lawlessness, and it is the gutting of our country and our families. It is the delivery of our sad republic into the hands of the slaughterhouse of the New World Order. The republic has already been cut 1,000 times and lies in a coma. And the globalists are now preparing to use our near lifeless corpse to launch World War III. It is beyond saddening.
Official press release, July 27th, 2010. We are proud to announce that the Republic of the United States of America is officially re-inhabited. On March 31st, 2010, the unanimous declaration of the sovereign people of the sovereign people of the United States of America to restore and re-inhabit the free American republics, 50 states, was signed and presented by 1,315 people, 50 people of the American republics. It was the people from 49 states, many whom were original signers on the new declaration, including jury members, in which put their signatures to the permanent record of desire to re-inhabit the Republic of the United States of America. It was not only the juries from those republics, but we the people who voted. The purposes of the people were to elect an interim government so that the people of our great nation would have a true voice. This vote demonstrated the American people's desire to re-inhabit the original seats vacated in 1944. The true government is called the United States of America. It was formed through the Declaration of Independence as a trust in 1776.
It doesn't, I mean, my entire family on both sides, it doesn't get any more Americana. Mayflower, 1776, Battle for Texas Independence, raising Colonel Travis's son, and on and on and on. It's ridiculous how much of my family's been in the military and intelligence and every other system for this republic, going back on both sides. I am a thoroughbred Americana, dyed-in-the-wool American. It doesn't, you just can't beat it. And I say that because I'm sick of people saying I'm anti-America because I don't like the criminals running our government. I'm sick of people wrapping themselves in the American flag and lecturing me all day about how my basic liberties that people fought and died for are a bunch of trash. And I'm angry about it. And I'm sick of it. And I want my republic back. I want my due process and my private property and my family rights and my prosperity and my religious rights. I want it all and I demand it now. And I will fight for it, you better believe.
In 1868, the 41st Congress convened and formed the United States of America, corporation, because of the capital letters. This corporation's only jurisdictional rights are within the District of Columbia. The United States Corporation has acted unlawfully as a federal government by operating within the 50 republics, the states, and not within its rightful jurisdiction, the District of Columbia. For the last 142 years, this corporate government fiction known as the United States of America has used its perceived powers to deceive the American people into thinking that it was our true form of government. The United States Corporation even wrote a new constitution called the Constitution of the United States, rather than continuing the use of the original Constitution for the United States, thus usurping the rights of the people. It has also formed sub-corporations such as the state of California. Over the last 142 years, it has subverted all 50 republics into all capital letter states, such as the state of California versus what it truly is, the California Republic. All Californians unknowingly bind themselves through adhesion contracts into said corporate jurisdiction through birth certificates, driver's licenses, bank accounts, and marriage licenses. These contracts all have language on the applications which give up republic rights of the people.
And we have to get our republic back and become a country instead of an empire.
Quote from the original 1776 Declaration of Independence, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. We, as the people, are not abolishing any government, whether fiction or real. We are not in any way trying to take out or dismantle the current United States of America corporate government. We are Americans who do not believe in violence or harming anyone. We are Americans simply, peaceably, by law and the pen, exercising our God-given rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States of America. We have only re-inhabited the vacated seats of the original form of government called the United States of America. We are fully funded and prepared for what we believe is the fall of the United States corporate fiction. There is much work to be done. We want America to know that we are a peaceable people that have no intent of malice and believe that only through our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ could these events have taken place. May God bless you. James Timothy Turner, Interim President of the Republic of the United States of America.
And there's always groups that are going to deliver letters to the government, letting them know they're illegitimate, and the government's just going to agree and stand down. We're going to have to take back every city, county, state, the boards. We're going to have to run and infest everything like the globalists have. We're going to have to fight them for every square inch, which when we do, we win.
Well, we're actually filing an action to announce to the world that we are back. The Republic is in place. We're home and the lights are on. And we're ready to go.
And so, hey, good guys, take all the shots the military wants to give you and be part of what you are and enjoy yourselves. Okay, you're on the winning team. America's collapsing. The drugs are being shipped in. We're a worldwide joke by design, and you get to target your enemy, the American people. Don't worry, mission complete. America's done. But we could always restore the Republic. And I know that upsets you because you worship the Chinese American flag.
The Republic for the United States of America has been lawfully re-inhabited. On March the 30th, 2010, the 50 governors of the de facto governors of the United States were served by grand juries. We had 27-member grand juries convene sessions in the 50 states, develop a declaration that they would present it to each governor to say, you have a choice. You can choose to serve the de facto, which is the corporation, or you can serve the people, the de jure government, we the people. Take your choice. The governors, it looked like it was all working. We had Arizona remove the corporate seal off of the Secretary of State's website. I believe New York did. Oregon went back to an 1850, 1860 seal. North Carolina, I believe, also. There was a number of states that were starting to follow some of the directives that were laid out, and but it wasn't enough. And basically they ignored the people's expression to say, choose who you're going to serve. Nations are under a law called Admiralty Law, Law of Nations, United UCC Code. Under UCC Code, if you are dishonored, and you're dishonored when you make a lawful presentment and it's ignored, you are entitled to a remedy. So the remedy was we design a remedy, which is to re-inhabit the lawful government once again for the United States of America. That's happening. It's so exciting. Back on July 21st, The Hague, the United Nations, the UPU were served notice that we have re-inhabited the United States of America. First Congress was held on, I believe it was September 23rd, 2010. With the technological age we have, very exciting, that we had representation from 42 states. A majority of the states came together with representation. They elected their governor, their senators, their congressmen, their officials to develop a provisional government. We elected a federal government, provisional president Timothy Turner, vice president C.W. Wright, and his cabinet. It's so exciting to see the structure of government being recreated amongst people, amongst average folks. You're talking about truck drivers, you're talking about fishermen, you're talking about salesmen, you're talking about contractors, you're talking about simple folk who care about our country, who desire to see the proper government reinstituted, and a representative from the grassroots up, people who are average folks desiring to see the right balance reestablished in government.
I want my republic back. Chuck Baldwin ran in 2008 as the Constitution Party's presidential candidate. He talks about solutions and actions the American people can take to reverse the New World Order's criminal agenda and restore our republic.
So what we need is a revolutionary idea, similar to what happened in 75 and 76, when the founders said, we are not going to be ruled by one central state. We are going to incorporate a system of law and governance whereby the people will govern themselves under law. And here is the law. And they established this federalist system, a confederation of nation states whereby each state is free and independent and able to protect the rights and sanctity of its own borders and its own citizenry. And until we get people in the states to recognize that responsibility and that duty, and in a revolutionary manner stand up for those rights and those duties, all we're going to do is to continue to fuel the same beast, the same system that is swallowing up the liberties and the freedoms of the American people.
Our nation was created beginning with the Declaration of Independence in 1776, when the Founding Fathers decided that they were going to break away from the tyranny of the King of England. And so they created a Declaration of Independence, which a little over 56, I believe it was 56 founders signed and presented to the King, stating that we are now going to become an independent, free nation of sovereign people on our land, that we have the God-given, unalienable right to do that. As a result of that declaration, of course, we entered into war, and we won our independence sometime later, after several years of war with the British, and we became a republican form of government, which is a government of free people on their land that are sovereign and independent, and that began the greatest nation on earth.
Just the political spectrum of our ongoing operations in the U.S. as we try to restore the republic and rein in some kind of sensible government, something closely related to the Constitution, instead of the overtly Marxist world government aims they have.
After the Founding Fathers created a Constitution and approved it along with the Bill of Rights in 1791, we started that republican form of government where the people were free. They did not have big government meddling in their everyday life anymore. They were free of the king, they were free of government tyranny, and the people were actually the government. They became the government. They became in charge, and they called the shots. They made the laws. They decided what their path was going to be. Very important thing. We are the only nation on earth that ever established in our sovereign right under the Creator to be sovereigns under Him, because our basic laws were created on Scripture, founded on Scripture, which the Creator gave to us, and He made us the sovereigns and the custodians over this land. And He gave us dominion over it. So He made us the top of, not the bottom, but the top. We were not servants, we were the kings and queens upon the land. And that was the idea that the Founding Fathers had, is to make everybody equal to a king. Make them a sovereign, make them a free and independent person that had the freedom to do as they pleased, as long as they didn't cause harm to their neighbor.
No hierarchy.
There's no hierarchy. We're all equal.
And it has already begun. That's the important message here. That's what Alex is trying to urge you all to understand, to really grasp, that we're late. Okay, we have a good shot at restoring liberty, restoring our republic, and defeating these globalists, eugenicists. But if you're not already in the game, you need to get off your butt, get off the couch, turn off the cable news, and start making copies of InfoWars videos and start sharing this broadcast with everybody you know and get them on board with the truth of what's happening. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm into, is just sharing all of this information, just trying to report the truth. It's like Alex said, we're not heroes. We're just trying to survive.
Whoa. You're not going to believe the story that was just sent to me. This is on foxnews.com. Iowa Republican defends ending run for state senate, joining shadow government. I believe we're talking about Restore America here, people, or something of its equivalent. Randy Shannon dropped her bid for the Iowa State Senate and now represents the Republic for the United States of America. Something very big is about to happen, rest assured. You don't see this story on foxnews.com. There's a line down here. I am one of many people disgusted with the options out there, she said. But the government we have must go. Restore America going mainstream. Please send this out to everybody you know. You don't see a story like this on the mainstream media. Something very big is about to happen. Rest assured.
And so we have established the lawful republic in this nation, and right now we are the only government in this nation. The only lawful government. Right. We are the only lawful government on the continent of the United States of America right now.
And talk about that. Talk about why is this government that we're a part of the only lawful government.
And what about the international recognition?
Well, okay, and I will talk about that. Actually, it's very exciting what's going on internationally. But we re-inhabited the original de jure republic, which was there for us to do all the time. We just didn't understand that until a few years ago. About 1994, we realized that you could do that. And I've been working on that project ever since 1994, pretty heavy. But the bottom line is we came to the knowledge that the republic's there. All we got to do is put officers in it. That's all we got to do. But we have to do it by consent of the people. And that's what we did. We got the consent of the people. We advertised it. Anybody could be involved that wanted to be. Thousands of people across the nation came together and formed assemblies. We voted. We elected officials. We elected a president. We have a cabinet. We have a government. It is a functional government. And everybody in Washington will also be notified, okay, that we are the restored republic and we are in place. And we are ready to take our rightful place. Okay. Now, with that said, I want the people to understand we're not going to attack or molest or bother the corporation and their people at all. In fact, one of the elements that we felt strongly that God was leading us to do was not only give the people amnesty, give them forgiveness. Because I will say that they've committed crimes against the American people. They should be punished. But God said the most powerful tool that we have is forgiveness. And if we forgive these people and we give them safe harbor.
And what does that mean? What does
safe
forgiveness
harbor
and safe harbor mean?
Forgiveness means that we will not, as a government, come after these people and bother with them or try to arrest them or molest them or harass them or bother them in any way. As a government, we will not do that. And we are going to guarantee them that we won't do that. And in a peace accord that is already drafted for that purpose. We've been told by our sources around the world that as many as 1.1 million officials from this country are looking for a place to go on a permanent visa to live in foreign countries because they're afraid of the people. And they rightfully should be. But what we're asking our people to do is practice forgiveness instead of justice or revenge. We don't want vengeance, or that's God's business, and that's not our business. We need to practice forgiveness. And we need to give these folks safe harbor where they won't be bothered. And we don't want them to be bothered. You know, we truly want to be good to them. They were not good to us, but we want to be good to them, because we want to show that that's how Christ does things. And He is the head of this government. And He will always be the head of this government as long as I am in this seat. And so I want people to understand we don't believe in violence, and we don't want revenge. We really don't want it. Now, I know they've done wrong to people, and we have every right to exact justice, but we're going to forego that, and we're going to give them forgiveness instead and offer them safe harbor, a safe place to live.
Okay, my friends, so there you got it. The Republic has been restored. It's sitting there waiting for you. You don't like the people that's in it? Well, then bust a move and run for office. Change things. It's there. It's for you. It's for all the people. Come on.